Welcome back to the block sit down. Today we're doing the Buckeye fan film room. Obviously, before we start, there's a big gap missing. Obviously, we're missing our boy Cam. Currently, he has ongoing issues, so don't worry, we'll cover for him. Ain't no problem. We here. But obviously, to start off, this is week 8, leading up into the Wisconsin Badgers game. But obviously, before we do that, we got to go over the recap of the Illinois game. To start off, obviously, we beat Illinois 34-16. Offense had 275 total yards with 4 TDs scored. Can't complain, nothing too bad about that. Defense, they had 295 total yards gone against them, but they had 3 turnovers and held them to 4 for 14 on third down. Very big things, honestly. Very good performance, especially seeing it against a pretty solid opponent. This is probably one of Ohio State's better opponents to face so far this year, so far. And yeah, what's your initial thoughts for this one, right?
Obviously due to Cam not being here, a lot of Cam opinion won't be here, so let's see what I can do. But with that being said, this game was it wasn't the best game, but then again, this was a team that we definitely got tested on. It was a good test, honestly. Julian was looking better. He looked more comfortable. That's for sure. Our O line is looking way better, way better. So, there's that. Jeremiah Smith seemed like he was injured at one point, a little scare. We probably might get more to that later. But yeah, this game was very. Illinois kept it very close. Even though the score looked like it wasn't that close, it felt close the whole game at least during the first half. Even though we was like 10-0 first quarter, then 10-3 second quarter. For whatever reason, Illinois felt like they were keeping us on that toes. We wasn't fully comfortable until obviously the time was ticking down on them, and honestly, that came down to a lot of the penalties. We had a lot of penalties in this game. We didn't play the cleanest, and so that's just good on Illinois' part. Jesus. So honestly, this game could have been, looking in favor of Illinois if they capitalize on our mistakes. But us being the number 1 team, this is what we do. It's like, honestly, the one thing that I still wish we still don't experience is being down. We have yet to be we Julian Sand have yet to experience. This is probably what Cam probably might say, but he have yet to experience what it's like being down. We're constantly. We're ahead by 3 points, ahead by a TD. This time we was ahead by 10 points. So it's like we never felt that despair. So I kind of like that, but no, getting down to a later season, especially postseason, we gotta see what Julian Sand is made of. Seems like I don't know if you seen the video, but it seems like Julian Sand is now in Heisman talks. I think he was like top 8. I think.
I heard some stuff about it.
So there was some Heisman talk about Julian Sand. He finally entered the discussion, at least top 10. For whole 6 weeks straight, there was no discussion about Julian Sand at all, and he just been doing his part. So yeah, I think that's really it. Also, it seemed like Bo Jackson a little jacked up as well. Obviously, we'll get at that later as well. But our running game, we definitely established our running game this time around. Cedric Donaldson was definitely hitting in the pocket, getting them big yardage, getting them 3 to 5 yards. Probably even there was a long of 10 in there. So honestly, shout out to our running and our O line, because hopefully our O line become like probably the best O line by the end of this season, and going into postseason we're the number 1 O line hopefully. So far, obviously starting early in the beginning of the season, it was looking iffy, but it seemed like we put it together. O line got some more experience, and yeah, they're holding it down. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. How about you, VJ?
Yeah, you covered the bases of it for sure. I think obviously, I even though I would say like second half for sure, Illinois was like in a sense pushing on us a little more. It definitely also felt like we kind of just like went conservative, like
Yeah,
hard conservative. Like we didn't like that first half was definitely like a okay, we did our thing. Second half, it felt like for sure we just kind of took the conservative route. Didn't really push it
Yeah.
no more. But
Yeah, wanted to secure that win, that's for sure. Want to run the clock as much as possible.
yeah, but I felt like we did okay at that too, for sure. I think I don't know if you've seen about when Ryan was doing post game interviews. He was asked about that. He said like, yeah, I think we definitely got a little like definitely lost it a little bit. So we gotta learn to keep it 100 every time. So I was like, yeah, that's why I think so too.
Mm.
Because I don't think like they were really. I felt like even though we had that step and they were making good pushes, we just kind of it was really our wrongdoing rather than them doing better in a sense. So
Yeah. Also,
that's all.
oh, you go ahead. Wait, let finish your thoughts
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay. On that part, honestly, they scored 2 TDs on us, and that was towards the second half, the final half, basically. And obviously, I'm pretty sure that was all in the red zone as well. Obviously, going to this game, we have yet to give up a red zone touchdown. So, obviously, playing the number 17 Illinois, they were able to get 2 TDs. Obviously, we was never gonna be perfect. Obviously, as much as Ohio State fan, we wanted to be like going all the way to the team up north. We have yet to give up a red zone TD. Well, sorry to break it to us early. Illinois was able to do it, but with the team up north, seem like they're not looking the best anyways because they just lost to USC. But we'll get to that Thursday. But we finally gave up that red zone TD. I'm pretty sure there was a stats that was like Ohio State having given up a TD in 1,000 something minutes or something. I forgot the stat line at halftime, but that was crazy to see. So our defense is a very good defense. Even though we lost Jim Knowles placement with Matt Patricia. Everybody was saying Matt Patricia should have looked the other way because of what happened to him in the NFL. Obviously, I don't want to watch the NFL that much, but all I heard. From outside noises, it wasn't gonna work. But here he is, number one Ohio, ranked number one, damn near probably ranked number one defense. But yeah, so yeah, we gave up 2 TDs and that was the second half, and that's definitely due to the fact that we were just trying to drain that clock and offense wasn't really on the field as much as defense was. So yeah. Any final thoughts?
If there's one thing I also want to point out too is, yeah, and also like considering our offense, talking about it a little bit more, honestly. Obviously, Julian Saint's getting more consistent and all that whatnot. I also like to see how we kind of did resort to like that. That obviously we spoke about it, the chew clock mentality, like kind of just waste down the clock in the second half, and we were successful at it. Honestly, the way it was looking, it was getting successful. Obviously, it's not picture perfect. We're not getting them the third down and ones, and converting them, keep chewing that clock. But we were definitely chewing some heavy clock that second half, and we basically forced Illinois to start throwing the ball tons, and they were having success in it. But at the same time, it's like we would prefer them to do that every time rather than having to guess if it's gonna be a run or a pass. So I think that's also like another thing that it's improving and could be great in the future, especially since we are facing potential like decent like good tempo teams to maybe just learn to chew clock better on. So yeah, is there any overall like standout guys to you?
Overall standout guy. Let's see. I think I don't know if there was any. I'm gonna say Cornell Tate. I felt like he. I'm not like he's just been our 1B. Jeremiah Smith not getting as much touch that we would like, but Cornell Tate. I feel like when we needed him, he kind of showed up. Like there's a pass to the sideline. Hey, I'm pretty sure that was like a big one we needed. So but I don't know. I think I'm just forcing the standout players. If anything, I would say maybe the O-line and the running, because it felt like we really established, the running. Not really established, but it felt like, hey, we have to watch this running. They're getting free 5 yards, 3 yards. It's just positive gain continuously early on in the quarters, and so maybe I'll probably shout out our O-line and the running, to be honest. Even though Bo Jackson got a little banged up, but C.J. Donaldson, seeing him, run up the middle and gaining 3 to 5 yards or even a 8 plus, that was definitely good to see, especially going down and playing other team where the trenches might not be as easy. So I would say the O line and running back. How about you?
Okay. Yeah, obviously, there's like the obvious of like Jeremiah Smith, Julian
Yeah.
Sand, but I'll go in depth on some other guys. I think Jermaine had a great game,
Mm.
especially since it was the first time in the slot
Oh
this
yeah, I
season.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Great, yeah, great game. Obviously, our linebackers, they did their
Oh
job. I mean,
yeah.
just monsters, bro.
Yeah.
You can't literally, or probably the number one linebacker duo in the country. There's no doubt about it, in my
Mm.
opinion. I don't know any other team in the country having this type of success.
Yeah.
And obviously, I want to shout out more the D tackles too for holding it in the middle very well. Kenny McDonald, and it would have been Edric Houston, but he wasn't playing today,
Mm.
so it would have been Tywan Malone, and he stepped up very well. Honestly, he filled in the gap, did his job. Those guys, even though on the stat sheet it wasn't like too crazy, the main point is they did their job and they were doing very well at it, especially against a Illinois front that's very experienced.
Yeah.
So obviously, as I just said about Edric Houston, injuries. Coming in this game, we off rip had two main starters out, which was Edric Houston and Lorenzo Styles. Obviously, it was undisclosed, but as far as I know, nothing serious. It was probably just a one game precaution type of ordeal. So that's good for them, obviously.
Yeah.
But then if you watch the game, two injuries that we also saw was Jeremiah Smith and Bo Jackson. We get on with Bo Jackson first because I think his is honestly the more easier one because it looked like he just tweaked his ankle and he actually came back in the game later on. So I don't think his injury is severe, especially since he actually, I don't know if you saw in like that fourth quarter, we basically sat him out.
Yeah.
Like he was not in.
Yep.
So I expect him to be fine. Obviously with a little tweaked ankle, it sucks here and there, but it is what it is. And then Jeremiah Smith, his thing was a little crazy when we first. Well, at least when I saw it, bro. Literally almost got folded into a tortilla when he got flipped.
They had my man looking like looking like a scorpion out there, bro. He had the little little two shit at the top.
Bro,
damn, bro.
Or something, bro.
Yeah, I don't, bro. We're doing that replay. We had 2 blocks and they just left him through, bro. That was we had to just commit on that one. It's just like shit. It's better than both of us committing on one guy than none. And again, we're doing that to fucking Jeremiah Smith, man. So, yeah, that was crazy. So I'm glad Jeremiah Smith is good though. He did come back into the game, but yeah, that was a scare for all of us. There was a replay. He was sitting on the bench. He was like, my back. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, no, bro, not the back. But then again, you look at the replay. That shit looked crazy. He basically landed on his neck. His fucking whole like spine is like going forward, bro, it's crazy.
Like literally, gravity is literally like going crazy right there. So it's like, that's not good. Obviously, though, he came back, got a touchdown. Honestly, when he came back, so it looks like he's good.
Yeah.
And then obviously should be solid coming into this next game. You got any like final questions, thoughts, anything?
No. Highlights.
Highlights. It is.
Do the highlights. Gotta enjoy our daily Ohio State Buckeyes highlight if you haven't already watched it.
From Geese Memorial Stadium here in Champaign, Illinois, we've got a hot one for you today. Saying out of the gun with time underneath.
See, I love that our O-line's giving Julian Sand a throw, man.
Bro, literally. This, like I said, this is a very like
experienced D-line.
Experience D, like this is good. Like I forgot the Illinois coach's name, but like he's known for his defense too. Like he usually like focuses on defense a lot.
Wow.
Good, bro.
Good hole.
It's getting better, bro.
Well, you could have asked for a better hole right there.
Literally.
Ah, man, that's the play they hit us with later down.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaden Field, you making a little close, buddy.
Hey man, you getting them reps in still, I guess. Oh,
Yeah, that boy Arvell Reese.
ooh. Arvo Reese just doing his thing, getting that push, and then Jermaine in the slot, man.
They tested him.
Literally. That's, I don't know. That's great. You can't ask for like a better defense than that. And Peyton Pierce.
See right there, that's beautiful right there.
Nice.
There's my
That run game
Smith.
started. Then play actions.
Yeah. Oh. Right there. That's the NFL catch right there.
2 feet in, bro.
Yeah. Bam, man. That was the play I was talking about. Like 39.
Bro. It's just there, bro. It's always one of those two making a bailout. This was a
Beautiful.
catch. This was a fucking catch, bro. Oh, yeah, I don't know how they ruled this incomplete, bro. Cause he knocked the ball out when he's already out of bounds. Like, how the hell does that make sense? Like, what? Like, bro. Okay.
Catch.
Possession, catch. He's possession
Down.
right there. Look at his knee. Look at his knee. Knee down, and then the ball gets loose. In a sense, in a way. But it's like his knee's already down though, so it's like, bro, how we determine?
See, ball
that?
don't lie right here, bro.
That's a catch though. It is what it is.
Yeah, this was crazy. I've never seen this.
That's just, I don't know. I think that's definitely a special teams error because
Yeah.
that ball should not be that low.
Yeah.
Good push.
And
Nice
big
player.
body. I want to say another thing I was seeing a lot from Jones State was, hey, he needs to start protecting our receivers, bro. Like receivers, tight ends, bro. He be low. He throwing them,
Hospital ball.
yeah, bro. Like there was one to Max Clare, I'm pretty sure, and like he came out unscathed,
Got
but
in the middle.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the other team didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that shit, I'm like, oh my god, bro. And then he came out
You gotta
good.
lead the receivers in the right way, bro. You gotta lead your receivers. Oh, yeah, nah, I ain't like this. I was happy we got this fumble, but man, it low-key sucked for the Illinois dude.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's not light. That's a 300-pound man, bro.
He just gave up the ball when he felt that shit, bro.
Reliable, bro.
Yeah. I like Yeah.
this sign, honestly.
I like that,
Like a
yeah.
little, like a delayed screen. That I like that. And obviously he took it all the way in.
Had a block. Oh my god. My poor girl just banged her head.
Good touchdown.
Yeah. Good to reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
First down at the 48. Altmaier again on near side. Colin Dixon turns it up. No Daniels like right now. Second down and 2 here
Good ass drive, man. Shit.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. Play has declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Illinois! Man, Crowder makes a terrific catch. He's their red zone target. There you see the tug of the jersey.
Great catch, but not in bounds, man.
I'm about
That
to
is a
say, what? There was a resorted as a TD, bro? How?
It was just in the moment. In
Yeah,
the flash
yeah.
Type of thing.
Okay.
So,
The receiver did not
like in game speed, I thought it was touchdown too.
Yeah.
Until they replayed it, I was like, yeah, he got nothing in bounds.
Yeah, not even a feet.
will now be a
Toe.
It will be placed at the 2-yard line with an automatic first down.
In the eye with the 10
Go goal line.
play fake. Oh, my.
Yep.
Caden Curry. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle. Caden Curry is 260. 118. Allmeyer pulls it out underneath.
Ooh. Little shovel pass. That's Taiwan Malone.
Lawfrey checks in.
Good discipline right there.
In the corner, back shot.
IGB.
Igbenogson defensively. Attempt a field goal from 24 yards away. David Olano. And the Fighting Illini. Allmeyer out of the shotgun. Allmeyer over the middle. And a nice ball.
Nah, this game was actually funny though when it came to like the goal line, bro. Cause
Yeah.
we literally took them like all the way down, like to like 3rd and 4th downs on them goal lines. Like I don't know if you were hearing like the commentators, they were like basically tweaking, bro. They were like,
Yeah.
"How are these guys doing it?" I was
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
it, bro. I was like, dude, this is just some magic.
Like, what is going on? Like, how? That is crazy, bro. You gotta think about it every single time. Once you see 1st and goal, you damn near thinking like, bro, we might not even touch that shit. Now 3rd and goal, and you're like, bro.
Like, but right here,
Like,
oh
yeah.
my gosh. Ooh.
And we barely stopped them, bro. Got the one,
this,
bro.
like, this not even a yard. This like half
Yeah.
a yard.
Beatty tried to spin himself back to the goal line. Does that ball break the plane?
Ooh,
It looks like
bro, that's literally inches, bro.
Yeah.
out of the offset eye.
And shove past. I was like, damn. I was like, that was beautiful play design. I'm pretty sure they showed Matt Patricia. You like, well, damn. Got me on that one.
I couldn't even be mad about this.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, damn, bro.
The handoff option play.
Like, they had to pull like all sorts of like different play design just to even get us on that one. Great catch down the seam.
Mm-hmm. All right, here, bro.
Oh my god.
What a tackle. Torrey Cox. He just splits the two blockers and he's able to get after Jeremiah Smith, who landed awkwardly.
I already know that film went crazy, bro.
Oh yeah.
Film went crazy. What are y'all doing? Get the block. Good run though. I know they didn't let that one go for nothing.
Oh yeah. Boom. Wasn't that bad.
Ennis goes in motion. Here's Saying. Looking. Underneath. Caught Donaldson.
Ooh,
Ooh, just short.
Denied the
literally.
formation. Donaldson.
Ah,
You be
the
sneak.
tush push.
Get the first down. He can smell it. They give it.
Damn.
He's hit before he gets to the line of scrimmage by James Groots. Donaldson.
Go get that shit, man.
Good push, man. Good push.
C.J. Donaldson. He's going to kick out, and then as Donaldson makes contact, he's going to spin back to his back and just get across the goal line for a touchdown. They can just interchange at any moment. 2nd down and 10.
Ooh. Ooh.
Bro.
Has it stripped. Ohio State has the ball.
Jermaine Matthews.
Jermaine Matthews Jr. punched it out. It comes from a
Nah, he had a game, bro.
Allmeyer never sees him. The
The first time in the slot, bro.
trying to let go of that ball. Matthews is able to strip it out.
Only this season.
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, this season. I think last season,
Understudy of this.
there was times last season where like he had to come in and like play a decent amount of like everywhere.
Yeah.
especially when like Denzel had small injuries, and IGB. I think IGB had like a little injury bug too last season. Hey, but I mean, it set him up perfect to here.
Yeah.
Some experience, damn near.
It is first down.
Bro, I was watching this. I was like, bro, this man Jeremiah Smith is like 19 years old, and he's just bullying this man.
He's bullying, bro.
Stiff arming him, like.
I mean, to be fair though, I understand. I mean, you ain't getting little kid, bro.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. But I hated how the camera misdirected us, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
I'm like,
is he
damn.
scoring?
Yeah, I'm like, damn. We all the way through.
Shoot. There we go. That boy. Nice little fade ball.
Mm.
Watching the best team in America, the Ohio State Buckeyes against the Illinois team.
Basically crunch time.
Yeah.
Down to a 4th and 1-2. Yeah. Got all our backups in. Not all, but majority of backups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good concept. I will question that.
Yeah.
He basically threw him though. I
Yeah.
will question that one.
Look at him. Move.
Bro, I'm like, damn.
I was like, oh shit.
And they went for 2 here, bro. I was,
Yeah.
Bro, when I saw this, I was like, bro, they trying to cover the spread, bro. Yo, like, there's no reason for you to go for 2 right there.
Yeah.
Second down and 11 over the middle. Nice toss. He's been battling at times during his life have come back. First down and 49. Nice throw by Altmaier to Russ. And they go number 8. Number 8. 4 sacks for Ohio State today.
There we go.
Under pressure. Got that one off and Russ.
Well, now they getting some motion now. Doing all this with our backups in majority of the time. Let's go.
Under pressure.
Good defense.
After that 0-4 start.
There you go.
That's all she wrote.
Good one, good one, good one. Good one on our resume.
Yeah. Keeping that elite buck. Another hardware.
Coming into Champaign.
Yeah. That was, you know, like we got tested with not Northwestern. We got tested with Washington, away game, highly offensive rated offense, and we seen what we did to them. Okay, well now it's the experience, away game with the number 17 ranked opponent, and it's almost the same result, even though it's a little bit closer. You know, it's still
Closer. But
yeah, closer, and you know the game
Close.
making it look like it's closer, but yeah.
But nah, for sure. I mean, I just like the challenge presented to us. I think one thing, like, now looking at it, like, I got a question now hitting about it. Obviously, you know, we're going on a high note right now. We look dominant, and like especially like the big parts, like the first half, and like maybe like that start of the third quarter. You know, we're really running the game very well.
Mm-hmm.
I as far as when I'm like nitpicking a little bit about it, some weaknesses I saw on defense were pretty obvious. Like, do you think overall, like, we're gonna be like a well-rounded team, or like, do you think right now we're just not even showing what we got right now?
I don't know what it is with our like DBs like slacking off. There's always like some empty spaces. I wish it was more tighter, bro. I don't know why there's always some like space where there's the receiver just wide open. So I hope this isn't all of it, and we're just slowly like relax a little bit. It's like, okay, we were up 2 TDs and you know and a field goal kick. We could sit back a little bit more. We could give them little like check down passes. I really don't like that going into like, you know, playoffs and stuff. So hopefully it's like we on it. Like we don't want them to breathe. It just straight straight belt. That's what I'm hoping when we go to the into postseason. But then again, we don't know. You know, we don't know what it is that's going down in the locker room. We don't know if that's what Matt Patricia is designing. Like, yeah, we're not gonna put it on full throttle quite yet. Seems like we got over the hump already of basically securing the win. We can try to waste as much clock as possible. Let's have them sit in the pocket and look for somebody to pass the ball to, and waste like 20 seconds just by doing that. Like I said, I don't really know. I'm not a coach. I don't know the exact the mind of a coach. So from what I see, I just don't like the soft coverage. But so yeah. How about you?
That's fair. Honestly, the way it's looking, it for sure looks like we're not like. I don't know if you noticed. At least going by game, we've slowly like after that Texas game where like that defense went insane against Texas. Honestly, like it was unreal. Obviously, don't get me wrong. Texas had a little bit of a meltdown themselves, but then at the same time, it's like, bro, our defense looked insane as a whole. And then after that Texas game, it's low key like slowed down, kind of heavy, like where we're not seeing like, to me at least, we're not getting like heavy pressure looks. Like we're not really. I'm not saying we need to blitz, but like there doesn't seem to be a much of an urge to like go like use like certain techniques, like for example like twisting and turning, which I mean we'll go in for the Wisconsin preview about that in a second. But like twisting and turning, maybe sending like a little bit of like five-man pressures and stuff like that. Like I mean, I obviously didn't show in the highlights, but there was actually like there might be, if you watch that fourth quarter, there was a moment where we sent 5 in, and Arvell literally just collapsed that whole pocket instantly. Damn near.
I don't remember that.
Like stuff like that. I'm like, dude, it looks like we're not even trying to like get more pressure looks somewhere. It looks like we're just like, once we like get that game done in that first half or through 3 quarters, everyone just play cover 3. That's it.
They're trying to keep the ball in front of us. No big play, no explosive play. Keep the ball in front of us. So that's why there's.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but it's like it looks like we're saving like our heavy like pressure looks for like, bigger games onwards, because like literally after Texas, I haven't seen us do much of that. Maybe towards Washington, I've seen a little bit because of their offense, but even then, because of their quarterback, we didn't really give them like a pressure look. We gave them a lot of spies. So I don't know. It just seemed like, I'm not saying we're taking a step down as a defense. I just think we haven't done the same thing we did against Texas, but I think it's for the right reason. Of course. We're not gonna show an insane pressure look against like Grambling, for example. Like we're not gonna keep doing those, but like obviously going in like going then the rest of October. I mean, this is actually the last game in October against Wisconsin, and then going onwards in November where we have that 5-game stretch, basically home stretch of take it all the way. So I think it's definitely gonna be nice to see that back incorporated. But I mean, that's the only question I have. You got another one before we go on this one?
No, keep it pushing.
All right then. I think the final part of this, the preview into the next game, the Wisconsin Badgers. Definitely interesting look about this game. Wisconsin, back then they used to give us a lot of fits and all that whatnot, but they ain't looking too well this season so far. But I'll see. Hopefully my notes translate very well into what happens and all that. So Wisconsin Badgers currently 2-4 into the season, but they have played decent teams so far this season. Though they played Alabama, Maryland, Michigan, and Iowa. That's not a bad list of opponents. I mean, granted, you've lost all of them, but you can realistically like they aren't terrible teams. So obviously Alabama, they're like in that top 10 range. Michigan, they just lost, but Michigan will most likely have like 9-8 wins the way it's looking. And then Iowa, Maryland, I mean, they look decent. To start off with their offense not the strong point. About an average offense. No standout guys on offense to my eyes, at least. Um, Maybe a little concerning if you're a Wisconsin fan, but I mean, I don't know. I've never. The only time I really hear about Wisconsin being offensively good is O line and running backs, and I haven't seen none of that, at least when I was doing my film review. So, start off their quarterback. He is a solid pocket passer, but has bad tendencies to just force some throws. Like he just kind of just chucks some things. Also, the small note about it, they like to sometimes incorporate a two QB rotation for certain play designs. Definitely more of like a scrambling type, but I mean, hey, they have it. It is what it is. But one thing that also I want to point out is, technically speaking, they've kind of had like a weird QB battle still to like right now, and they're trying to figure out who their QB is. The QB
Damn.
that I'm going, the QB that I'm going off of is dude. I believe his name is Austin Simmons. So, hey, we'll see what QB they show up with, because they might obviously be the stat sheets right there. Danny O'Neal, I think that's his name. He's been the starter for like the past like first 3-4 games. Then Austin Simmons came in, so who knows what happens. They might just chuck in the damn fourth string QB, and nothing I can do about that. About that review, I gotta go to like high school or something. Running back and wide receivers, they're okay players. Nothing eye opening, like average route runners. Like there's nothing shocking about them, but I mean it applies for a lot of like overall like position groups like this. But what I've seen a lot is when they get the ball in open space, they actually can they can make something happen. If you get that running back, a little bit of chunk yardage, you might be able to get like 10-15 from it. So definitely got to keep an eye out on that. Try to limit the spacing. I mean, you just talked about it, how you kind of give up a little bit of space sometimes.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of them. Like they have some good explosive players. O line, their O line. I mean, it's Wisconsin. They're always gonna be tough. Oh, Wisconsin. I don't know the last time I heard a Wisconsin group that had a not tough, at least tough wise offense and defense, O line wise. But with this O line specifically, their big issue is that they are not consistent overall, and that's also due to the fact that most of their O line is injured. There's, I think, at the start of the season, they had obviously a natural starting five. I believe going into like now, basically the Iowa now, I think this is like their like fifth or sixth O line change.
Damn.
Yeah, O line's been a very struggling point for them. It's just they're not healthy. They just can't stay like consistent with it. So, I mean, it sucks for them. Good for us though. So I care. But yeah, I expect the O line to play solid if it's usual. But I mean, them injuries really stacking up for them. So the depth's definitely a big key part for them. Going on to the defense, obviously, defense is their strong point of the team. The front seven is the face of it. I mean, nothing else to say. I mean, I believe their defense is pretty experienced. I remember right, I think they have juniors and above on that defense, so very, very solid. D line, probably their best overall position group. I mean, they like to run a lot of just 4-man rushes, and they are confident with leaving them with 4-man rushes. They are good at run stopping, good at pass rushing. However, I want to point out for their pass rushing it is a good pass rushing, but they also are very experienced enough to like they know how to do a lot of twists and turns and like a lot of stunts too. So it definitely gives our O line a good challenge to like read the twists and read some stunts, because they might pull a couple of those on us, and there might be like that open lane where potentially Julian Sand can either get sacked or get hit. Got to keep an eye out on that. Linebackers, they're borderline basically backup D linemen. These guys are aggressive. They can tackle good. They're solid, but they sometimes get caught at bad angles to where kind of like when we get to that second level when it comes to running the ball, these guys are kind of stuck just because they're going for a hit. Honestly, they're just going for a hit and they just get caught on a bad angle. DBs, they're okay. I mean, they're not too bad. They do their part, you know, very, very solid DB group in terms of Wisconsin, but they mainly play zone. Not really, you know, a big man-to-man team. They do play man-to-man here and there, but most of the time you're gonna see them in some form of a zone look, in some way, shape, or form. And then also as a defense as a whole, they blitz. They do like to send some blitzes. They don't do like overall creative blitzes, but they do send pressures through and through. Like they're gonna send a guy in somehow, some way, whatever they want. Whether that's gonna be a corner blitz or some linebacker blitz, they're gonna send it through and through. They are gonna commit to it. So definitely keep our eye out for that. Obviously, you know, we gotta attack the gaps when they do blitz. Small things though is that they kind of like how we do it. They do sometimes like to do a little bit of a different formation looks at the line. I don't see it often in terms of like blitzing, but they definitely like to show it just because it's potential that they could just push for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do it again. But I mean, if our offense plays against our defense, how we usually do in practice, that should be no issue in terms of reading it. So overall, that is what I got, at least for the Wisconsin review. I mean, solid team, but they are definitely lacking and struggling. I just think they don't have the firepower that we do for sure. Obviously, their head coach Luke Fickell. If Buckeye fans remember him, he used to be at Ohio State himself. So definitely a little bit of a. I know he has a little bit of bad blood with this game, but I mean, hopefully we come out and show out. I mean, we're at Wisconsin. Game is at 3:30 Eastern. Excited for this. Let's do score prediction. What do you got, Brad?
Score prediction. I'm gonna go ahead and do 38. 38. I'll be generous and give him. I'll be generous and give him 14.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's solid. That's a big score. Okay. Ooh. This is tough because Wisconsin has some interesting games. But I mean, looking at the recent games, I mean, they lost to Michigan and they lost to Iowa, and they put no points against Iowa, which is very shocking in a way. No points against Iowa. So, I'm gonna go. Honestly, I might go similar score set. I might do 38. I'll do 38-3.
Honestly, I want to say 10, but I already said it. 38-14, just to be generous. Just to be generous, bro. I don't want the fucking my ego get to me. How about I would have just said 38-0 game. I'm not gonna lie. I see them score 0 against Iowa. I was ready to say 38-0, but you know what? Let me just. Anything can happen in college football, so I was like, you know what? Let me just give them 14, bro. I don't think they're gonna win, but I think they might. You know, you never know. Fucking shit. Fucking. Lawrence will come in, all of a sudden he fucking slips, getting back in the coverage, and there you go, overhead, you know. Fucking somehow Caleb Down was on a fucking blitz, a bad play, and nobody was covering over top, you know. So just like, I was like, bro, fuck it, I would give him 14, bro.
Nah, that's fair. I think, I'd say 38-3. I just mean, listen, if our defense could honestly, it always happens. It's that first drive for that defense. Whenever that defense gets on the field for the opposition first drive, that usually sets the tempo on how the rest of the game is gonna go. Honestly, so I just think honestly we just 38-3. None too big. Just go and get the job done. I don't really see anything crazy. I just think Wisconsin's offense can really present anything crazy. I mean, the most I see is maybe getting the run game started, but well, I mean, once you lock in only a run game, it's kind of like obvious to kind of defend that. Hopefully, you know, I just hope obviously we do the job, get the dub obviously at the end, but you know, that's my score prediction. 38-3. I mean, yours 38-14. If Cam was here, he probably would say like
38-0.
I said 38-0. Something.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got. No final thoughts. Hopefully Cam be here this Thursday for the college football one foot in. Obviously, that should be out to Wednesday. Yeah, it should be out Wednesday. And then we'll be live Thursday. So if you guys are interested in anything college football related, obviously, A little preview in the college football. And Oregon just lost. Penn State, James Franklin got fired. They paid that bag. So we got a lot to talk about next week. Also, Texas winning. I don't know if I would say that's a lot about Arch Manning, but I would say it's more so everybody else on that team that created a play for him, that team. But Texas won. But like I said, all a little preview, go more in depth Wednesday. So if you guys are interested about it, the college football world and what we think about it, go ahead and press that subscribe button, and it should be up on Wednesday 9:15 EST AM. So. This has been the Buckeye Fan Film Room. Thank you, VJ. I'm sorry, Cam. I wish you was here. I know you wanted to be here. I'm pretty sure you had a lot to say, especially with Jeremiah possibly almost got injured. He probably would have rained down, held down on the two people who missed a block on them. But hopefully be here next week. Hopefully be here to college football 1 foot in. But we'll wrap it up here. If you guys are interested at all with whenever we're live, and I said we're live Thursday 8 p.m. Mainly at 8 p.m. Go down, link the description, click my link. It should be a Twitch link. Well, it's a link tree, then it'll take you to all my social media. Then click the Twitch link, go follow me over there. I'm live 8 p.m. Thursday every week, so if you guys are interested. But we'll wrap it up here. Like I said, thank you, VJ. This has been the Buckeye Fan Film Room. We'll probably catch you guys next. Peace.